Hello and welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Ghosts, where today took us to Tubi, where we found a 4-episode series. We've only watched the first one, but it's called Paranormal Case Files, and it's very similar to some of the other haunted case files and stuff that we've watched in the past, but with different people. And I found it kind of refreshing. So the host, his name is Dan Marrow, and he's got several friends with him. And they're very fast to say they are not professional paranormal investigators or parapsychologists. So where they are going this very first episode is to the Burlington County Prison Museum, which used to be the Burlington County Prison. According to what they were saying, it was built for women only, but I don't think it was just women there. It seems to me like there was others, especially since they said the Boston Strangler was housed there for a very short time in transition to another place. It was built for 40 inmates, but at its height had about 100 there, so there were several per cell. What did you think of the investigation?
I liked it. You can definitely tell that they were new to it. Mm-hmm. And the tri-field meter
this is from 2020. Oh, it's only a few years ago. Okay. Yeah. At least that's when it was uploaded. They actually I thought they did a fairly decent job investigating. I liked actually seeing the fact that they showed us the time they were taking doing stuff. I liked that. When they were first looking at the tri-field meter, which is an EMF detector for people who are not familiar, it was doing some jumping around, and they don't really know what's going on, but Dan, the main guy there, the host, he was very methodical about trying to debunk it. He'd have people walk back and forth and up and down and move around with the tri-field meter, trying to see what it was that was setting it off. Now, at this one particular point in the very beginning, quite frankly, I think it was probably pipes or wires in the floor or the ceiling, which was setting it off in the middle of that room all the time.
Yeah.
And he didn't quite pick up on that. But if they're new, that's not something that you would pick up on.
No.
Or you would see. Later on, he did get one person to figure out that it was going up because there were pipes, probably copper pipes or something like that, on the side of the room. So that was kind of interesting. But it was nice to see that, because you don't usually have that much time on television to do that kind of debunking. And I think a lot of the paranormal teams we see on YouTube, I think they go in wanting to pretend that they know everything about paranormal investigating, whereas they're probably just as new.
Yeah. And
their experience is watching television and YouTube. And so they think they know everything. But that's just my personal opinion, if that's the case or not.
Yeah.
Later on, they were talking about orbs and things too. And at one point, one of the sets of orbs that he saw shooting up to the ceiling, I really think they were bugs.
Yeah.
Just the way that they moved, I don't think they were real orbs. And a lot of people get hung up on orbs.
Yeah.
It's rare to see real orbs, I think. But there was that one time when I do question if they were orbs or not. He said he wasn't sure either. There were like these lights at the end of the hallway by the breezeway door, I think it was.
I think there was orbs.
I think they could have been because of the way they flickered.
And the peekaboo.
Yeah, kind of went behind the door and came back. So it's very possible that it could have been orbs.
Like orbs and you don't, so. I like orbs.
I know you like orbs. I like orbs, but I don't like to think everything is an orb.
No. And everything is not an orb.
Later on, they did have I think it was more like an ectoplasm than an orb that came out of the doorway, sort of followed the pretty girls and then kind of came back. And to me, that was something. I think the only way you can describe it really is ectoplasm. It wasn't really orby. But that was interesting.
Yeah.
I liked that partway through they had a meeting where they talked about some of the things. They got a great EVP.
Yeah.
And they tried to debunk, not so much debunk, but figure out where it was coming from, because it was picked up on a voice recorder on another floor.
Yeah, the top floor.
And they think it could have been a voice from the basement, and how they went about figuring that out.
Yeah.
I really liked to see the experimenting and the sort of debunking, for lack of a better term, the things they did to try to figure stuff out. I liked that. It was kind of cool. And that EVP was kind of creepy.
Yeah, well, he just wanted the space.
You want to be left alone, yeah. Oh. Don't bother me. So it was kind of interesting. And again, like I said, that she was, the tour guide was saying that she thought it was just all women that were there. But this voice was clearly not a woman's voice. No. It was a man's voice. So that was interesting. I do believe they must have had men there at some point, and maybe turned it into a women's prison, because they didn't hang a lot of women back in the day. No. They did a few, but not that many. And they did have gallows there.
Yeah.
And the stocks.
And stocks.
And stocks, I holy cow, I didn't think I would see those in New Jersey, but sure enough, they had stocks there that you'd stick your arms, your legs, and your head in. Mm-hmm. God. But the gallows were something. Yeah. That one investigator that they came or brought in for the second half, having her lay on it and say it's a good day for a hanging. Holy cow, that could have went south in a hurry.
Yeah.
You don't want to tempt things. And clearly she wanted to provoke. But I don't know, it was kind of creepy. I don't know if I would want to lay across the trap door of a gallows.
No, she was laying beside it.
Oh, was she laying beside it? Yeah. I thought she was laying on it.
No, she didn't want to lay across it because she didn't know if it would hold her.
Well, yeah, because it's old and it's a trap door. And there's like a drop to the ground. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it was a pretty interesting show. I don't mind it. I thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I would.
The first episode was an hour and a half long, and to be fair, the actual investigation was about an hour.
Yeah.
The last half hour is interviews with all the cast members.
Yeah.
And we didn't watch all of that.
Yeah, because
we weren't there to watch that.
Tinder things.
Tinder things. Hi, what are you doing here? Tell me your favorite things. Yeah. No. But it was good. I enjoyed it.
But that girl didn't look 34.
No, but we're getting on, so everybody looks like children now. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that was the Burlington County Prison Museum now on Paranormal Case Files, and we will link it below. You can go check it out. There are 4 episodes. I don't know if that probably just means it wasn't picked up for another season for wherever it was. And the other thing that we came across, which we haven't watched in a long time, was the Buzzfeed Unsolved Supernatural series, and we stumbled across the last season and the first episode, where Shane and Ryan spent the night at the Conjuring house. Now, first of all, I love these two. They're absolutely hilarious to watch and perfectly matched, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
One of them is a diehard believer, the other completely skeptical.
Yeah.
I think that makes the best research team ever.
Or investigation team.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah. So they get to the house and they do their look through. And immediately couple of doors close, or one door closes. One door closes, and the director person stops them and has to show them that the door has closed to the living room. I think it's the living room.
Yeah.
And so that set the tone. There's a few things that happened while they were investigating.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was the interaction between the two.
Yeah.
I thought was funny, and that's what I enjoyed the most. The investigation, I think it was a little light on investigation, really.
Yes.
And heavy on personality.
Yes.
Yeah. They got a few EVPs.
Yeah. And the door and the...
Yeah, a couple of doors slammed shut. Well, they were upstairs. Or opened. The front door and the basement door. Just opened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wide open.
That would be unnerving.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be unnerving. And so they locked the front door with a deadbolt so that it didn't open again. And it didn't open again.
No.
And neither did the basement door.
No.
Didn't open again. Unlike the Blackwell house where the basement door kept opening. So that was good. Then they spent some time in the library where the books are supposedly fly off the shelf.
Yeah.
But no books flew off the shelves. And the funniest part there was the kissy sounds they made, the kissy faces. They decided that they were going to perhaps kiss a ghost. So they're making these kissy... silly.
He goes, you can slam a book into my kissy lips.
Into my kissy lips, that's right.
Yeah, and print over my lips.
Yeah, so they made the kissy faces. That was funny.
Yeah.
One of the things I thought was very odd and completely ridiculous was the replica Annabelle doll in the glass cased coffee table.
Yeah.
Like really, Annabelle had nothing to do with that house.
Yeah.
For me, like we've said before, it is now a place for the owners to make money by renting out the place for the night for ghost hunting and stuff. But Annabelle had nothing to do with that haunting.
Yeah. And they gotta quit referencing Bathsheba.
Yeah.
I know it's a part of the Conjuring, but...
It's part of the myth.
It's not true.
It's not true. And he almost said it's not true, but he didn't go the next step to say this isn't true. They said that she lived in the farmhouse next door. But she didn't. She was in a county over. So she was far away.
And she never had a child die in her care.
No. And certainly not one that was stabbed in the head with a sewing needle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was kind of dumb. And they kind of fed into that. I really wish people would
stop. Just stop.
Let the woman rest in peace. Because she certainly... Well, hopefully she is.
Just stop it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was... Other than that, I thought it was good.
It was really good.
It was fun.
It's light.
It was light. Yeah, we hadn't seen anything from them in a while. I know that their series is done now. It's been done for 2 years.
Yeah.
But it was fun. And I'll probably now go and start watching all of them from the beginning again, just because I truly enjoyed this pair. They're fun.
They're sharp wits.
Yeah. And really, Ryan, he gets very foul-mouthed when he's afraid. There's a lot of language in this episode, so if you're going to watch it, be prepared. It is not appropriate for children.
Yes.
I don't think any of these Supernaturals, with anything with Shane and Ryan, is going to be appropriate for children.
And sometimes I'm not either.
Sometimes you're not appropriate for children. Yes, I know. But otherwise, it was good. I enjoyed it. I would recommend if you enjoy Paranormal, you're going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy Paranormal with a sense of humor, you're going to love it.
You're really going to love it.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, those are the 2 episodes we reviewed today, the 2 things we reviewed today. Both are good for a thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And now we'll see what we can find for the next time.
Yes. Happy hunting.
That's it for us. Have a good evening. Happy haunting. Bye now.